You know, we usually shit on the WWE. We do. Because they really don't do something good with Raw. A lot of times it sucks so bad. You rather look at SmackDown, which I normally do. I care more a little bit. That makes no sense. I care more about SmackDown than Raw. Even though SmackDown's writing is bad, it feels better to me personally. Because it's a shorter show. And the people I do care about are on there, like a Naomi. She's one of the characters. The Usos I care about. The New Day I care about. The Fashion Files with the Fashion Popo I care about. When you see this, you don't really get as interested. Well, I don't get very interested in Monday Night Raw. But I will say this, that the progression this time around on this show was much better than I've seen in weeks and weeks. Let's open with Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan acts like a little kid. A spoiled little brat that's demanding his father to give him whatever he wants. Begging him and then throwing a hissy fit. This is something that we needed for Jason Jordan. I know a lot of people are not going to enjoy it. A lot of people don't really care that much about him. But when it comes down to it, this is exactly what he needed. This is what we needed from Jason Jordan. Some type of progression. Because they've done nothing with him. He comes out, demands a match. You get Joe come out. You get Roman Reigns come out. Roman Reigns gets thrown around and gets pissed off at Jason Jordan. He said, alright, you want a match with me? Boy, you're going to get it. And then they have their match. And I got to say this. Jason Jordan did a great showing. The question is going to be, how far are they going to go with Jason Jordan? I said in previous videos that probably next year, maybe before WrestleMania, they'll do something with him. And that's what I'm hoping for. That eventually, Jason Jordan working with Kurt Angle will give us something more than what we're getting. Because Kurt Angle's still holding back on really doing whatever is necessary for his son. Quote unquote son. Now, we get Elias. I will say this. I do like Elias. I like the gimmick. I just wish they would do more with Aiden English because he started that gimmick first in the last year. So I'm kind of hoping that he won't fall to the wayside, which I know he has, but I'm kind of hoping he doesn't. But anyway, Elias is very over. He really is. And this is a wonderful thing for the WWE. He's getting over more than his wrestling. He's getting over with his character. And then, what do you get? He basically gets destroyed a little bit by Braun Strowman. You got a guy in Elias that has great charisma, great character, and does work pretty well in the ring. But then you sacrifice him to promote a storyline of Samson versus... Samson versus Hercules in a sense. One monster versus another. Look, I don't mind seeing this if it's done on a pay-per-view. I just don't want to see them sacrifice other characters that are doing well to put over this. This is when things go wrong. I just don't agree with it. Now, we need to get this over with when it comes to Absolution. I gotta get it done. I gotta say this. I know a lot of people say, dude, are you stupid? I feel this. Look, do I believe Absolution can get over? Yes. More than I believe than the Riot Squad with the two S's, whatever. Or T's. Squat. I don't even know what they're spelling it as. But the point that I take is that I think Absolution should have been on SmackDown and the Riot Squad should have been on Raw. Because they need more star power. And a lot of people really still like Paige. I think Paige would have been more over on SmackDown than Raw. And I know you're going to say, dude, are you serious? Road Dogg is going to bury her ass. And I'm not going to lie. He probably will make the story garbage. But if you're going to be honest about this, if Absolution was booked properly, it would get more over on SmackDown than it would on Raw. Because when it comes down to it, Raw has a tendency to swamp any new groups. They don't always sponsor them right. Because of the long hours and huge amounts of filler. That is what hurts these groups. There's too much filler, and instead of really writing for them properly, they make their segments small and they ruin them. That's at least my point of view. There's going to be other people that say totally wrong. I'm totally an idiot. But that's just how I feel about it. Now, once you see what happened with Absolution dealing with Alicia Fox, you think, okay, Alicia had to be buried. No problem. Then you see the match she had with Asuka. Don't really care that much about the match, but it's still, I don't know if anyone's saying this. I'm sure someone's got to say it next to myself. The way that Asuka's going, she really does look like she's going to turn heel and join Absolution. I do not believe she's going to be fighting against them immediately. I don't see that happening. What I see is this. She is going to either keep away from them because there's some mutual understanding that they're not going to stand a chance against Asuka. But Asuka's not going to go up against it because she doesn't want to deal with the numbers. Eventually, she's going to join them, and then she'll break off and feud with them. That's the way I see it. Now, I could be wrong, but this is how I'm seeing this when it comes to Asuka. She really isn't doing much. I know a lot of people say she's doing a lot. Like what? She squashed Dana Brooke, the girl that has the nicest breasts there. And she just squashed Alicia Fox, the crazy one that everyone wants to hate because they think she can't wrestle, when if she does the job right, she can wrestle pretty good until she botches her asses. What she did at Survivor Series was stupid. She was so botchy. But it doesn't mean she can't do a good job. I'm going there with that. That's the truth. That's just how I see it. Now, when it comes to what is the next one? The thing I think I care about the most here, and it wasn't about the tag match at the end of the night. It was about the Matt Hardy broken gimmick. Now, I really haven't said that much about the Matt Hardy broken gimmick because I wanted to hear other people's opinions. And I wanted to know if it was true next to their opinions. Now, it seems that Anthem and GFW have decided to allow the Hardys and anyone else who had a gimmick like EC3, like James Storm, like anyone else that worked on their roster to go off and use their characters and their gimmicks the way they want. Which I commend. Thank you. This is the wisest thing GFW and Anthem could have done. Because they were hurting the product. They were hurting wrestlers that way. Because when those wrestlers come back, and they will eventually come back, with their gimmicks, they'll be more stronger. They finally realize that. Next, they're probably not being able to win in the court. But seeing Matt Hardy and his broken gimmick, that filled me with joy. But here's the thing that didn't fill me with any joy. Bray Wyatt trying to counter him. Why? Why did they do that with Bray Wyatt? Why couldn't they just let Matt Hardy have his moment? Why couldn't they just let Matt Hardy do what Matt Hardy knows how to do with the broken gimmick? Get it over. And he did until I am so angry. I don't hate Bray. This is not his fault. They buried him so badly. I hate his character. Because he's garbage. He is. I don't hate Bray Wyatt. I hate his character being buried so badly. So for me personally, Bray Wyatt is a joke. And he should just leave with JoJo. I said this before and I'll say it again. Bray Wyatt, maybe I have a picture of them together. He should tell him, break my contract. Tell JoJo, break your contract. Come with me, girl. Let's just go somewhere indie. We made a good amount of money. We're together. Let's just go. And go away for a couple of years. A year or two. And then come back. Because that's the only way they're going to ever appreciate the man. But anyway, I enjoyed the Matt Hardy promo. The question is going to be how far they're going to allow him to go with it. Because there's a very good chance that out of 100%, he might only have 30% of control of his character. Which I believe is a big mistake. He should have more than that. He should have at least 70% control over his character, where they change a little bit so it doesn't feel like another TNA ripoff. That's just me. Now the ending of the show. I'm not saying I was angry about the match. It was okay. But here's the thing. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, they should have pulled the trigger now for the Shield. No. I am glad the Shield did not win here. And I hope they understand that the Shield should win at a pay-per-view. It should be important. But here's the thing that's getting me. There's a very good possibility within the next couple of months they will break the Shield apart and try this stupidness again to make them all go off on their own. Now, I'm not big on the Shield because I know what this is all about. And it's not just getting Roman Reigns over. We know this. They want to make him cheered again. But this is about all three of these guys failing in their directions. Seth Rollins didn't get anywhere. Dean Ambrose didn't get anywhere. Roman Reigns didn't get anywhere. They rushed the Shield. Then when they were really getting hot, they broke up the Shield and made them work individually. And then they realized, oh crap, the people are not fond of Dean. They're not fond of Seth. And they're not fond of Roman. We got to stick them together, and particularly Roman, because he needs to get over. So the way they're sponsoring this, it really looks like they're going to break them up by the beginning, maybe midway into the middle of next year. Which I think if I was telling them something, I would tell them, do not break the Shield up because it hurts them. They need to be together for at least a year. Let them try again, not within maybe 3 to 4 months after the Shield has been reformed and then break them up. Keep them for a year. Give them a proper storyline to work with. If you don't, you break them up again, you're just going to have the same stupid situation. You rushed the Shield in 2012. When it finally began to get over, you destroyed the Shield. And then everyone who was involved with it, no matter how many times you put them in the main title scene, gave them a title, namely like Roman Reigns is a Grand Slam champ. Are you serious? It's dumb. Roman Reigns should not be a Grand Slam champ. He doesn't deserve it because he's been rushed and he's been sponsored wrong. Just my point of view. You guys tell me below. Have a good day. Have a good night. Watch my SmackDown review. Peace.